Hello, everybody. My name's Drew Demon, and I am the Devil's Stockbroker. I'm filming this from the terminal of an airport, so I apologize if this picks up a little bit of background noise, but because of what's going on with AMC, GameStop, BBIG, and several other meme stocks, I felt like it was really urgent to cover what is happening right now and try to give some context as to why this massive amount of volatility seems to be coming out of nowhere. I've been watching the activity in AMC for the last several hours, and I finally may have identified what the cause is. So right now we see that AMC has been pushing the upside, breaking through all of its levels of resistance up until around $9, and it's challenged it coming up to a tweezer top, which is a bearish signal, indicating some downside. However, it's still finding support on its 100 period 5-minute EMA. So this is a relatively significant area of support. On the 15-minute, it hasn't even touched its 50-period EMA. So this is at least indicating to me that there is some continuation potential here for AMC. Let's go take a look at another one. GameStop also is pushing the upside, and it's created this bear flag, or bull flag, excuse me, that has placed a flat bottom and a flat top, possibly some slightly descending resistance here. Now, GameStop, as you may recall, I mentioned, has a potential to start squeezing after it breaks $30 because there's a massive gamma ramp waiting on the other side of that. Now, what is going on? We see that there's a big surge of volume, so there's obviously interest here. We saw the RSI bouncing off of its moving average on several time frames, also bullish signals of continuation, and it looks like it's getting ready to go and move again right now, just a few minutes after close. Tomorrow could be a really, really significant period for GameStop and AMC. So I'm going to try to, I guess, discern what the cause of this surge in volume, why we're seeing the volume direction candles moving up, why we're seeing continuous bullish consolidation to the side as the MACD comes back down and prepares for another bullish crossover. So this is Chart Exchange, which is showing us the exchange volume for AMC right now. What I'm currently focusing in on here is the pricing volatility in AMC that happened in throughout various parts of its trading history. If I go all the way back to this moment back here in March in 2021, what you're looking at here on the gray line is the sum of off-exchange or Darkpool and ATS, that's Alternative Trading System, volume. So what this chart shows you is the amount of volume that's being directed to certain trading venues. And you'll notice that the gray line always stays well above 50% on on a vast majority of these dates. However, what you'll notice is that AMC's price, which you can see on the yellow line, that there is massive volatility when the dark pool or off-exchange volume starts declining rapidly. If you go back in time to every single time where these major price pops happened, it was always preceded by a huge jump in exchange volume to the New York Stock Exchange. That's the NYSE in the light blue. And what you'll notice is that pricing action and continuation to the upside always came with an increase of volume to the New York Stock Exchange, particularly when there was a massive drop in dark pool volume. This is definitively evidence that the ATS trading systems allow all of this price suppression that occurs across all of the other stocks. And we just now had a massive, massive drop. Notice the spike in exchange volume coinciding with a massive drop in dark pool volume. At this point, it already was too late for AMC. In September, when the price started moving to the downside, it would seem that they had full control of the price. But now we're seeing the opposite happen, where a massive spike in exchange volume and a huge decline in dark pool volume led to a massive run in the price. Right now, there seems to be bullish momentum with AMC. Let's go take a look at GameStop. GameStop is perhaps the biggest example. This massive drop that you see happening here in January of 2021 marks the date that GameStop's price began to truly explode out of control. and all of the other exchanges started seeing a big surge in price, both on the NYSE, the NYSE ARCA exchange, MEMX, and CBOE Edge. Just like in February, the dark pool volume massively dropped while the New York Stock Exchange volume exploded, and suddenly the price started to run and they lost control of it, sending GameStop's price up more than 30% day over day for the next 2 weeks. There was always this seemingly delayed effect after that, where big spikes in exchange volume with big drops in dark pool volume saw attempts at suppressing the price every single time, but we noticed that there was extreme difficulty in doing so every single time, such as right here, back in February of 2022, big jump in the price came after a big surge in exchange volume. Now, for the first time in a long time, we're seeing a big spike both directions in the dark pool volume for GameStop. There seems to be something happening in the exchanges which could point to the possibility of some large institutional firm being liquidated or forcefully being made to cover their shares, but it is a little bit too early to tell. The only thing that we can really say for certain is that GameStop should expect a lot of volatility along with AMC. The same might be said for BBIG, which I've been watching very closely, noting significant price action occurring right around big changes in volume to different exchanges between Darkpool and the NASDAQ on any given date before large price movements. If you guys want to take a look at this stuff, I strongly encourage you to visit chartexchange.com and pay attention to the exchange volume. The historical exchange volume can give you incredible context for when stocks began to see extreme volatility based on the volume or where the trading was directed to. Think about it this way, if a market making firm is using an alternative trading system and they are manipulating or controlling the price, then it makes perfect sense that we can conclude that as long as the volume is significant going towards those alternative trading systems or dark pool exchanges, then we can assume that price suppression will continue. But as soon as the price starts to move against them, and for whatever reason, the volume is directed away from the dark pools into the proper exchanges, suddenly we have price discovery and we see positive movement in the price every single time. In the case of BBIG, there have been 3 major deviations that have happened all in the last quarter of trading. Starting in June, there were huge spikes of traffic being driven towards the NASDAQ, but then the price collapsed and fell off of a cliff. It spiked again, and the price continued to move into decline and plateaued slowly over until November. And then we've just had this recent spike now as the price has been driven down to an all-time low of less than 66 cents. There's no way for me to conclude positively in either case whether we're going to see GameStop or AMC or BBIG or any of these meme stocks run, but it seems to me that there is a possibility for some major volatility coming in here in the near future. So this run might get people really excited. I do want to encourage people to be cautious, but we do seem there's no way for us to know for sure what's going to come in the next several weeks, but at the very least, we do see some correlation from past events. This could be the beginning of a big move. I'm going to be tracking this very closely and trying to give everybody updates as often as I possibly can. I want to wish everybody luck, and I will see you next time. But until then, have a hell of a time in the markets. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to watch this video. If you enjoyed the content and you found this information helpful to you in your own trading strategies, be sure to leave a like on the video. It helps out the YouTube algorithm and helps us reach out to others who need this information too. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see more. And if you're not a member of Hell's Trading Floor already, consider joining our Discord by joining us at hellstradingfloor.com, which will allow you to sign up for our Discord at discord.gg/hellstradingfloor. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Until then, have a hell of a time in the markets.